Guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. If this is the first time seeing my face, my name is Steph and I do everything makeup related. Throughout the month of October, I have been doing different Halloween looks like this. Also, hope you like my background. I've gone a bit Halloweeny because it's October and I probably should have done this a little bit earlier, but never mind. Meet Ronald the Raven and Fred the Skeleton. Don't ask why he's called Fred the Skeleton. You kind of get Ronald the Raven, but I don't know, just I feel like he's a Fred. Also, sorry if that's Happy Halloween is backwards for you. But yeah, I thought I'd pop these two in my background just to get in the Halloween spirit. In today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be looking at some new products that I have purchased, as well as telling you my my ghost experiences. So I got the idea for this video. Obviously, I know a lot of you will have heard of Robert Welsh. He is a makeup artist. He is absolutely fantastic, and he does every Monday he does his makeup, and he tells people's ghost stories that they have written into him. Obviously I'm not going to be doing this every Monday or anything like that. I just thought it would be fun to do one and tell you my ghostly experiences while doing a Halloween look this month, with it being October. And yeah, so that's what I thought I'd do. I hope you do enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and follow me on my social medias and hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more. And I'm going to stop rambling now and enjoy the video. Okay, so I'm starting off with some Revolution Prime and Lock eye primer. I'm just going to prime my eyes. So, the ghost story. Try not to go too much. We have lived in the house that we currently live in for 3 years now. Well, about 3.5 years. And the people that lived here before were an elderly couple, and I think his wife passed away, and then he passed away a little after her, and they obviously then, because it's a house that's owned by the council, it was then put back up after it had all been cleared out and everything by the family and friends. It was put back up for rent, and we were looking at the time, and you know, I'm very happy with the house that we have. Anyway, rambling too much about information that you don't need to know. So when we first moved in, there wasn't anything too odd that we couldn't explain. It was just like, we put it down to creaky floorboards and things like that because it's an old house, so you kind of expect it to be a little bit more creaky and things like that, because we were hearing a lot of sort of creaky noises, creaky floorboards upstairs. But I have 4 children. It was usually when the youngest 3 were in bed, but sometimes the eldest would be awake, so you'd kind of think, oh, maybe it's him just pottering around. But then there was a couple of incidents where my brother had babysat, and he said he heard what he thought was footsteps upstairs. To the point where he actually went upstairs to have a look, and all the kids were fast asleep in bed. So he was a little bit like, that's a bit weird. Right, I'm going in with this beautiful palette. Now, this is the Book of Magic palette. It's quite a new one by beautybay, and I got this yesterday, and to be honest with you, I have to say it is a lot better looking in real life. The colours look so much better in real life than they have done on videos that I've seen. They just look so pretty and so beautiful. I'm just going to get on with the story, and you know, put this on my eyes at the same time. If you want to see any swatches of this, I have them over on my Instagram. Pop it around here for you if you want to go follow me over there. So, you know, we're not really thinking too much of it, trying not to overthink it, and just kind of put it down to creaky floorboards. And it could have been one of the kids, even though my brother was like, no, nobody, when I went upstairs, nobody was walking around. There was just, they were all in bed. So a little weird, but you know, people hear footsteps and creaky floorboards and things like that, and it's not a big deal. I'm hoping you can see that colour on camera. Yeah, you can. It's a very, very light one. I'm just going in light and working my way up. So fast forward now, a good, I want to say a couple of years. Yeah, about a good couple of years. So my granddad passed away, and he, with his possessions and things like that, Simon, my eldest son, he got given a radio. Now this radio was one of those really old style radios, and you have to actually move the, you know, the twisty things on it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You have to move the dials to oh God, do you know, this is really hard to do and speak at the same time. You have to twist the dials to get the channel. You have to you know, twist them to turn it on. Anyway, so he's got this old radio. It's upstairs in his bedroom. It's perfectly fine for a little while, and then one day when my husband was at work and me and all 4 of the children are downstairs in the living room, we hear this really loud crackling noise, and we're like, what in the hell is that? So we obviously are like, oh my God, what is that noise? So I go to the bottom of the stairs and realise it's coming from upstairs. So I kind of like, I'm having to like put on a bit of a brave face for the kids. You know, you don't want to be like, oh my God, what the hell is that? Because when it comes to like ghosts and things like that, I love listening to ghost stories. I love telling them, and I'd love to go on a ghost hunt and stuff, but I'm also a big wuss when it comes to that sort of stuff as well. I'm a bit like, ugh. I want to see a ghost, but I don't want to see a ghost all at the same time. So anyway, I go upstairs and realise it's coming from Simon's bedroom. So I open the door and the radio is just going mental. It's not on a channel or anything like that. It's just on, it's just been turned on. It's been turned on and it's been turned, the dial was turned all the way up. Now bear in mind, everybody is downstairs. They've been downstairs for quite a while. Nobody's upstairs, you know, and it's just a bit weird that that it's just going off by itself. So I go in and I have to turn it off as well. I have to physically turn the dial to turn it off. So I'm like, that's a bit weird. That I can't explain. I mean, if anybody knows how these really old radios work, and if there's an explanation as to how the dial turned itself all the way around and all of a sudden it was crackling, then please do let me know in the comments down below, because I'd be intrigued. I'm gonna go in with a little brush actually. Oh no, I'm not yet. No, I'm not. I just nipped off camera real quick just to blend these a little bit more and add a little bit of a cut crease to it, just because I don't want this video to be forever and a day long. I'm going to go, before I get back to the story, I'm going to go in with the lightest one in this little collection. These are the, what are they called? Living My Best Light eye glitters, whatever you call them. Don't really know what you call them. I got the pack of 3. I think they were £15 for 3, which I think is really good. And I'm going to go in and try this one here on my eyes. I will list everything that I've used down in the description box below, and I will also put in the shade names and everything that I've used as well, for anyone that is interested. Look how pretty that is. Again, this is over on my Instagram as well if you are interested. I've also realised I've got through half this video and I've forgotten to plug my microphone in, so I apologise if the sound quality isn't as good as normal, but I've gone too far now. So, back to the story. So, we've had the footsteps, the radio, fast forward a few months, and this one is a bit of a, like, are you sure it can't be explained? So, basically, I am sat, oh, how pretty is that? I'm sat in my kitchen, and I'm completely on my own in the kitchen. There's nobody else in there. It's important to note that all the windows and all the doors are completely shut. So there's no wind, no draft or anything coming in to the room, because I could kind of understand this if the window was open. So I've got like a really long kitchen window with a ledge on it, obviously a window ledge, quite a big window ledge, and then under that there's the side, the sink and the cooker. So I'm sat a little bit further away on my kitchen table, and I think I was putting my shoes on. I think I was getting ready to go out somewhere, can't remember where, and in the window I had a packet of plastic knives and forks. So I think this must have been around sort of July time, because I think I got the plastic knives and forks for one of the kids' birthdays, for their little birthday party. So I had like these plastic knives and forks in the window, and all of a sudden I just heard, like, I didn't actually see anything, I just heard this ting of something landing onto the cooker. Now we have an electric cooker with like the glass on top, so I just heard this like ting of something landing on the cooker on the glass, and I was like, what is that? So I looked over, and there's one of the plastic knives is just right on the edge of the cooker. So it would have had to, if it was to just drop out the packet, you'd think it had just slid down onto the back of the cooker, but it was right in the corner. It had to come out with some, you know, a little bit of force at least to hit the other side of the cooker, which I found a little strange, to say the least. Okay, so just quickly, before I go and put it on, I'm going to go in with the Revolution Rose Glow Hydrating Primer. I picked this up today. It's not Revolution, sorry, Revlon. I picked this up from Boots today. I just saw it and I thought, oh, do you know what? I haven't had a new primer, a nice dewy one, in a while. It's kind of got this, like, what is this? How do I even... I'm assuming you kind of like squeeze it up. There we go. I think you have to kind of give it some. And then maybe, whoa, just drop it on. Oh, a little goes a long way. Ooh, definitely a little goes a long way. Let's put a little bit more here. So yeah, so I was a little bit like, oh, it just doesn't want to come out. I don't like the application way of this. It's just not. Am I doing it wrong? Oh, there we go, got some up then. I'm just going to squirt some. It just doesn't look right, does it? I'm not saying anything, okay? I don't like how that comes out at all. So yeah, so I was just like, it's a little odd, a little strange, that is. I'm not quite sure how to quite explain that one. So I'm going to go in with, this is a Rimmel product that I picked up from Boots today. This is the Rimmel Lasting Matte Smooth Effect, matte foundation. It says it's full coverage mattifying foundation, and I got this in the colour Ivory. So I'm going to just pop this onto a beauty blender. Ooh, yeah, that's thick. So that's two things that I really cannot explain. You know, it just sort of, it's like it just flew out the packet and landed on the other side of the cooker. Very, very odd indeed. So since then, you know, nothing has really happened. There haven't been any particularly any noises or anything that you wouldn't expect from an old house. I should point out that these houses that I am living in are really, really old. They are one of the first set of houses to be built in my area, you know, however long ago. I should probably try and research it and find out how old this house actually is. So, you know, they had a lot of people come, I would assume quite a lot of people live in this house and come in and out. I might try and find out and link it down below how old this house actually is, if anyone is interested in that. So my concealer that I'm using, again, this is a new one that I've picked up. It's a new one that I picked up today, but it's a concealer that I've used a few times before, and I do highly recommend this concealer. I've got it quite light, but I kind of want that. So this is the Instant Anti-Age Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I really like this concealer. I think it's definitely a drugstore favourite of mine. So I've just popped on my concealer. It is very, very light. A little bit lighter than I would like, but never mind. I'm going to go in with doing some contour with the Patricia Bright palette. I've used this one quite a few times before on my channel. So the last thing that has happened in this house that I genuinely cannot explain. So, and this happened only a couple of days ago. So it's very fresh. And it also happened on this desk. Yes. I kid you not. I have not put my ring light on either. I've got my phone on my stand and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking your ring light isn't even on. So I hope this video comes out as well as I'm hoping that it will. But we're going for spooky anyway. We're kind of going for, well, I'm trying to go for a bit of a spooky vibe anyway, so hopefully we'll be fine. We'll have to just do a little bit of editing. So anyway, it's not very good, is it? Not even got the blooming light on. So anyway, yeah, this happened, like I say, a couple of days ago. Well, it was a couple of nights ago. So I'd been tidying the kids' bedroom earlier that day, and a couple of their toys, for some weird, unbeknownst reason to me, were brought into my bedroom. And they had these, I really should have brought one in to show you. They're like the little like magic beans, I think they're called. They're like this big. They have like a little magnet inside of them. And they kind of roll around your hand, and you're meant to flick them and knock the other beans over. If that makes any sense whatsoever, I hope that it does. A little bit down my nose. Shouldn't use this brush for my nose, but never mind. I'm hoping that you can hear me and I'm not just mumbling away to myself and have to redo this video, because I would really hate to do that. Bronzer, quickly. I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild bronzer. I love this bronzer. It's quite subtle, but it's there and it's nice. So, these beans, anyway, they've put these beans, one of my daughters has come in and she's put this bean on my drawers, like a set of drawers here, right here, and she's just left them on there. So there's about 3 of them, and I've not really thought anything of it, obviously, and I've just left them there and we've gone to bed. So we've been in bed for around, I would say about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I'm probably starting to drop off, and then all of a sudden my husband turns to me and he says, did you hear that? And I was like, yeah. Quickly, this is the Beauty Crop blusher. I was like, yep. Did you hear that? And he was like, yep. And we kind of just sort of looked at each other for a minute like, what the hell was that? So we just heard this noise and it sounded just like one of the beans, these little beans, had rolled across this desk here. So it sounded like they'd kind of just gone a bit like that, but obviously you could hear the little metal ball thing inside of it. So it just sounded like it had just rolled across the side. This looks way too light as well with no ring light behind. It looks a bit daft, but never mind. We'll go with it. I've lost track of what I'm doing. On some lips because I couldn't talk while doing those at the same time. Not the best. I was going to red, but I felt like going dark. I went under my eyes and gone in with a little bit of black as well. I do feel like they need a little bit more blending out. Just at the top here, actually. So, yeah, so we hear this bean just kind of roll across the side. And we're both looking at each other like, you heard that, I heard that. That was bloody weird. That was weird. Like, it just, what else could it have been? There was nothing else it could have been. Could it have been? Make myself laugh. So I just don't quite understand it. I am honestly baffled as to find it. Oh, got black on my finger. To find a logical explanation for it, because it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. We both heard it. We both heard the little like magnetic ball inside. We both heard it roll across the side. We were both sort of, the rest of that night, we should have just got up and turned the light on and had a look, but oh no, we just decided to stay in bed and cling to each other for the entire night. Me and Nathan have never, in our entire 6-year or nearly 7-year relationship, ever slept so close together in our entire lives for the whole night. But we were absolutely pooping our pants. If you can think of another explanation for that, please let me know. So I picked up this Mayron congealed blood. Lovely. Mainly for a look that I'm going to be doing that hopefully will come out by the weekend for you, if not the beginning of next week. But I thought, oh, do you know what, it's just so gloopy, I don't want to make a massive mess. Good for this. Oh, look at that, nice gloopy blood, because you know at Halloween we all like a bit of blood. So yeah, those are my... I'm going to be a bit of a messy vampire. Solid. This is staying on so freaking well. Those are my experiences. This is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed those well, that little story about the freaky goings on that I've had in my house since I have lived here. Like I said, we've been here about 3.5 years now. I have to say, although I cannot explain those experiences, and I genuinely can't. I can't think of a way of explaining them, and they do freak me out at the time. But I never feel like there's anything in this house that is really sinister or really bad. You know, you never get a really bad feeling. I always feel quite comfortable in this house. And like, I'm comfortable to sit here now and not be bothered that the bloody bean rolled across this desk. Yes, it did take all night, but now I feel perfectly fine. Overall, the new products that I used, I'll just quickly run through those for you, my quick thoughts on this. This palette is absolutely beautiful. I love the colour story in it. The purples are really, really nice. It's all very blendable. The black is stunning. I've used the black, as you can see, and it is such a nice deep black. It is so, so nice. The shimmers look really, really nice, and I cannot wait to have another play with this at some point. And for £15, I highly recommend this palette, and the mirror is really, really nice as well. I think it's got a fantastic mirror, so really pleased with that. The little duo, very, very cute. It is has kind of wiped off on this eye a little bit here, but I think that might have been the base that I used, to be honest with you. Might need a different base on them, but they are very, very pretty. They went on very, very well, and they're just nice to have. And I think I don't know if they're £5 each or £6 each. I want to say £6 each on beautybay, and then the trio is £15 for 3. What were the other new things? The what's this called? The primer. Sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I've been sneezing all night last night and this morning. I'm really hoping I'm not coming down with a cold. The hydrating primer is really, really nice in terms of how it feels on your face. Feels very, very happy. It feels very, very hydrating. And I don't know about the illuminating bit, but I don't think I put on quite enough, to be honest, around my cheeks and stuff. Plenty on my forehead. But I just don't like this. Just don't like it. I can't get it to go up properly. Looks a bit dodgy, and I'm just not a fan of that. Excuse me. The foundation has gone on really, really well. I didn't need to use too much. It is definitely full coverage. It's easy to blend out, and the colour match is actually really, really good to my skin. I highly recommend this. I really like it, and I think it was only £7.99, so not bad at all. Like I said, I highly recommend this concealer. I'm losing my brain. It's walking off from me, and this was only £4, and I know it's quite a little pop, but you get quite a lot, and you obviously don't need a lot. You don't need to use a lot, as it's quite gloopy and thick, and I really like the colour of it. So if you're looking for some blood, I would definitely recommend this one. And obviously, like I said, I'm going to be using it in a future video. So, gonna stop rambling now. Hopefully you made it to the end. If you do like these videos, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I do try to upload 2 to 3 times a week. I don't set myself a day, as I can't really commit to that at the moment, but I do try and upload as much as I can. And obviously throughout the month of October, I will be doing Halloween looks and things like this. Also, if you've seen some of my previous videos, let me know if you prefer me talking like this, or if you prefer me to do audio over the top. And yeah, I'll take care, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.